We are live. Welcome to another installment of the Final Scoop podcast. My name is Robert Schinetsky, the supplement engineer. Joining me as always, my international cavalcade of compatriots in the supplement industry, Lukasz, troublemaker Rytkowski, Prometeus Intelligent Sports Technology, Mr. Nice Guy himself, Robert Samborsky, Apollon Nutrition. And Lord Shane is currently indisposed right now. He had some royal matters to attend to while he's on the throne, so he will be joining us imminently once he has finished dispatching his loyal subjects. Thank you all for tuning in on the live stream 1 week away from Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus for the rest of us and all that other happy horse shit. If you guys have any comments, questions, queries, quips, smart-ass remarks, feel free to post them up in the comments section. We'll be here with you for at least the next 90 minutes, 120 minutes. Shit, we might go 3 hours today. We don't really know. However long it goes until we get tired or bored or hungry will stop us. So welcome, my friends. How are things?
Bro, we are never under the clock, so what the hell?
No, we certainly are not.
Don't limit ourselves.
No. And let's just say last week's podcast with Carolina, man, totally kicked ass in the viewership ratings. Like it doubled on like the 1 day. So what I do for the listeners that may not be aware of. So we have the live stream, and then I take it down for a couple of days or just put it private until I make it go live again when the audio version comes back up. The version with Carolina was double anything. Like, it was double of us and quadruple, like, some of the lives that Sandy and I do or the stuff I had done with Justin. It just, like, so she's, we just need to have her on more often. We get much more eyeballs on the channel when you have a smart, intelligent lady on the channel.
But it was probably one of the longest podcasts that we did, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I guess.
I think that, you know what, I was actually thinking about it because so many people like reached out to us also, regarding the podcast and everything else. I think that, certain people that just have that it factor. I mean, and I'm not joking right now. I'm not like no smart remarks, none of those. I'm actually being that serious. I think that the four of us have very, very good chemistry, and I think we have something unique. I mean, of course, I'm being biased right now, without a doubt, and I'm not even hiding it. But I think we give something to the supplement industry that just doesn't exist, or at least didn't exist up until now. And I think that, certain people, I can see it when it comes to even Apollon Nutrition, when it comes to ambassadors and stuff. We have two in particular that I'm not going to say who they are, but the Instagram following, for example, is not like that significant. Actually, it's very, very average to mediocre. But in terms of the reach and sales that they have, it's mind-blowing. I mean, they actually blowing away some of the very, very top guys that we have. It's just some people have certain appeal, and I think Carolina has that appeal because I noticed that maybe 2-3 years ago when we started posting her photos, and or videos or stuff like that, every time the views, the engagement, even the sales would go up significantly. It's just, I think that she has that personality, that charisma that is very rare these days. And it's not necessarily has to do something with her being a female or attractive female. I mean, that's a given. And I'm not trying to diminish anything or take it away. On the contrary, you know how I feel about her. But what I'm saying is that certain people have that X factor. And it can be a male, can be a female, can be attractive, can be unattractive. They just have that pull where they draw people to themselves and they have that appeal. And I think she definitely has it.
Robert, you muted, I guess.
Yes, I was muted. I was shaking up my shaker bottle. I didn't want that rattling on in the background while Robbie was speaking. But no, I was saying thanks for reaching out and getting her on the podcast. I know she was initially, when we had kicked this idea around a few months back, she was kind of on the fence about it. So I'm glad she came on, and it was very, very exciting to have her on. And hopefully she keeps you around the gym and the supplement brand because you're not too bad yourself. We like you.
Thank you.
On a serious note, before we start anything, I got a big question for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
It's a big one. And I was thinking about it for the entire week. So here it goes. When you have a fresh loaf of bread and you cut it into like small pieces, right? Like small slices. So the end of the bread, the first slice, what do you do with it? Do you eat it or
Always,
do you throw it away?
always eat it.
Only the devil eats the shitty ass crust, man.
Was this on
That
Fuad's
is-
podcast? I had listened to this.
No.
Okay.
It's just me. But I was thinking.
Just
I was
curious
thinking-
though.
I mean, it depends on the
Does
size of it. I mean,
Does your
depends-
bread not come cut?
Hold on. I was thinking about it for the entire week to ask you guys this question. It's a big one. So
Good opening
do
question.
you have to cut? Do you have to
This is
cut
good.
your bread?
yeah, you're going to a bakery, right? And you're buying.
They don't have sliced bread or roads in Poland.
That's
Yeah.
that's
No.
that's the more surprising part about this for me.
Hold on. In Poland, when you go to the fresh bakery, you get a big loaf of bread, and if you want, they can the machine they can put it into the
okay.
machine. The machine can cut it for the consumer. Yeah,
or you can take it home and cut it yourself.
exactly.
Yeah.
And my question is, so even if the machine will cut the bread for you,
No one eats
what
it.
do you do? What do you do with the ends of the bread?
You throw it to the birds. That's what you do.
Fuck is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
There's a couple of there's two things that jump to mind. Okay, so if we're talking normal sandwich loaf bread, like you get regular so where they all look perfectly square like that, and it comes pre-sliced at the grocery store. I don't eat those because I want my sandwich to be perfectly lined. So I want the two bread slices to be exactly lined. So I save those nubs, and Sandy and Sophia eat those for their breakfast. Like they use that for their breakfast. I'll use that for toast for breakfast. I'll keep the middle part. Now, if we're talking like a crusty loaf of bread, like you're talking about, Lukasz, from like a good bakery where you go that, and I'm usually not slicing those into that. Like I'm just breaking that bitch off and I'm dipping it in some gumbo or some like crawfish etouffee or something like that, or in soup, and then I will use that. So I will eat the end of the bread in that case. But if it's sandwich bread, I'm not eating that shit. I'll give it to Sandy or Sophia. They'll eat it. Because they're not picky with it.
Robbie, what about you?
It depends on what kind of a loaf of bread, because I mean they come in square and they come like like a little like a French bread, like French baguette, the long ones. It depends.
Thank you, Crystal Ball.
But typically, like if it's a nice like the end of the loaf, I typically I will eat it. I actually like it. I like the crust.
No one.
You're
likes the crust.
like your roots are Russian, so you are close
Yeah.
to Poland. You're close to Polish.
Yeah.
We in Poland, that's the best part of the bread.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I know where you're coming from.
That's
Yeah.
the fucking best part of the bread. So, and you know what? I was so damn curious because I was watching like few clips on the YouTube, and some guys were like, "Oh, throw that bitch away. It's not worth it."
Lukasz, I'm gonna go even a step further, because what you pointed out is like so true. Because it depends also on your roots and where you're from. And you're right, I'm from Eastern Europe. So when I see like, I mean, I can adapt to a lot of things in different countries. I'm good at it. So like, for example, peanut butter and jelly is a very, very American thing. And I actually happen to like it. I like peanut butter and jelly. But if I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I mean, it's just two slices put together. Sometimes I like to toast them. And it's peanut butter and jelly. My daughter, this is just to show you like how Americanized she is. She will cut off the crust and only leave the center, the soft part. Every time I see it, I want to fucking take it and smash it against her face.
Oh wait, is that the edge of the
It
bread?
pisses me off.
Yeah,
The crust. She slices it and throws it away. I want to
This
fucking
guy.
kill her.
guy.
I'm like, it drives me nuts.
Shane, you're going to Mordor.
You are.
I don't eat bread that often. Like
No, me
ever.
too. Me too. But I
But
was
whenever I have like a sandwich from like a store or anything, I'll eat in and around all the contents, and then I'll throw the crust
Are you
away.
4? My 4-year-old even eats the crusts. My 4-year-old eats the crust.
Well, unfortunately, Robert, the bakeries and the cafes don't cut it off for me. Okay, otherwise I'd ask.
So I got a one more question.
Oh shit.
Have you ever eat cheese like a sandwich. Let's say you put on some butter, cheese, and on top of cheese, jelly.
Wait, if I'm putting cheese on a sandwich, I'm not putting butter on the bread to begin with.
Well, you don't spread
You need some moisture. You need some
spread the
moisture.
bread with the butter.
No, if I'm
Yeah,
making a
I
sandwich,
do.
I just put mustard on it. I put some really horseradish mustard or something like that. We're talking about making a sandwich, aren't we?
Yeah, sandwich.
You have a slice
Yeah,
of bread. You have a slice of bread.
what-
You put mayonnaise on the bitch. You put the cheese on. Then you put the meat, and then you top it with whatever
Wait,
other accoutrements
You said
want.
mustard.
Yes, mustard.
I mean,
Bro.
as far as I know, that's a sauce that you put on top. That's not a base layer. What are you doing here?
In what galactic you are living?
I don't
I-
butter
I-
the bread on making, if you want to toast the bread, I see some people people will do burger buns and stuff, and they'll toast the bread and put a layer of butter. I don't need that. If I'm making a burger here at home, I
Yeah,
take
because
the
you're
top
putting
part of the
mustard
bottom.
on there. What the fuck
I
is
put
wrong
some
with you?
mustard
Why are
and
you
I
putting
put some mustard on the bottom. Put the burger on. Put the cheese
Yeah,
on.
but anyway, have you
Anyway,
ever
we butter the bread. I butter the bread, Lucas.
Even
I
if you're
butter
having
the
like a burger,
have you ever tried the fresh bread with the butter on it?
yeah,
yeah, like you
Amazing.
go to a nice restaurant, they give you hot bread. Like that's a very New Orleans thing. We have hot French bread, and then you just eat that stuff with butter. Yeah, that's normal. But I'm not going to make a sandwich. I'm not going to go and make a sandwich and put extra butter on it. That's like putting mayonnaise. I don't put mayonnaise on sandwiches either because it just
Yeah, you put
It's a whole
mustard
bunch
like
of
a
extra
fucking
fat.
like a completely normal person. You just throw the hot dog sauce on there, right? Good on you. Fucking what's wrong
Okay,
with you?
so let's skip this part. You can add butter or not, but my main question is, can you eat let's say like a sandwich with a cheese and a jelly on top? You can choose the flavor of the jelly.
possibly if I'm going for like a Thanksgiving riff on a sandwich, I would have like some thin like turkey, and then I would do like the cranberry sauce like I would make for Thanksgiving, and I would put that on there. So it's not necessarily like peanut butter and jelly kind of jelly, but it's like a thicker kind of.
Oh,
like
we're
a-
talking like a
More
jam
fruit
and
spread or
stuff.
something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
I've done that a few times.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm saying jelly, but you can call it like a spread or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could do that.
because you get like some of those restaurants will throw like a bit of cranberry on like a burger, whether it be beef, usually beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Because I remember when I was like super young,
Mhm.
I was always like visiting my family in Sweden, and they're always like used to eat a cheese, the yellow cheese with a jelly or like a fruit spread on top, and it was so damn good, And I remember, and they always toasted the bread, so I was like, oh damn, so damn good.
Yeah, that could be a good combo.
Yeah, and few times. So I'm asking this question because like a few times when I was playing basketball as a pro, and I was going to the camps, and I was like doing my sandwiches, at the buffet, and I was like, doing my cheese and my jelly, on top. They were like looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, damn man, try it. It's
You should have put mustard on there, Lucas, and then they might have known. They're like, oh, this
That's
guy
normal.
this guy knows his stuff. It's a
mustard.
5-star restaurant here.
Hell.
Clearly. Goat cheese with the jelly. Yeah, goat cheese works with that. That's a really good spreading cheese too.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
those
that's,
guys.
that's a good one. That's a good one as well. But yeah, these are my two questions. So
Those are good opening questions. It's a good opening salvo, Lucas.
I remove the crust off my bread when I can, just so you know.
when you come to Poland, I gotta get you to a bakery, and you need to try
Continue
a really freshly baked bread, and you will definitely.
Oh, I
Bro, you will
see like Cheesecake Factory's bread that they bring out is dynamite.
This is-
I've tried a lot of different breads. Oh no,
No,
I've tried I've tried a lot of breads in like Europe, and they are nice. So it's very rare that I like a bread. But the Cheesecake Factory one's probably one of the best outside of Europe that I've had. But if it's soft, I'm not going to remove the crust. But very rarely you go to a bakery and buy the bread, and there's not like a layer of steel around the outside of the bread, right? It's not often. So I just
When you were-
don't risk it and cut it off.
when you were in Czech Republic, have you tried their bread?
Oh, yeah. We had. I like, to be honest, as weird as it sounds, I like the Greek bakeries. The ones in, they like. I went to there, it looked like a damn department store. Those things were huge. And they had breads, they had cakes. It was bigger than McDonald's. As you know, as I love that place so much, it was, and all of them are like that. They're all very well presented or very large, huge varieties. It's insane. But yeah, I mean, I don't risk the chance of the bread being a little bit dry because then the crust is just exaggerated and tastes like cardboard. So I cut it off.
There you go. Okay. On that note, Lucas, do you use peanut butter and butter on bread? One of our best friends from high school, his dad made us peanut butter sandwiches one time when we were in high school, and he took the regular like white sandwich bread that you get, put a layer of butter on it, then put the peanut butter on it, and then gave the other layer on top of that. So yes, I've had that. It's weird, and it actually made it taste really good. I just found it really weird that he did that.
Honestly, when I was a chubby little bastard,
Yeah, same here.
Yes, I did. I did it plenty of times. But nowadays, no.
I thought that was the weirdest thing to do when I first saw it, but it tastes really fucking good.
Yeah, but when I was on the perma bulk, that was my thing, for sure.
If I have any spread on bread, it's just bread and the spread. There's always butter between it, regardless of what the spread is.
Even if it's a creamy kind of spread?
I don't eat creamy spread, but if I ever make a sandwich with just a spread, I always put the butter on top.
Fascinating. After
I don't
cutting
know
the
if
crust
it's just a
off.
habit.
That's
Yeah, see,
insane.
I do that now, but I wasn't brought up that way. When my wife started showing me the ways of like, why do you still eat the crust? You don't need to do that anymore. When I was a kid, my mum was just like, eat it,
So this
bitch,
is
don't
Nikki's
waste.
fault.
I don't think it's her fault. She just opened my eyes.
Bro, so,
Because
for example,
when we were a
you
kid,
have,
you
when
were
have
forced to
pizza,
eat it.
do you eat the entire pie or you leave the crust?
It depends on how hungry I am and how good the quality of the crust is.
Hold on.
This is another thing that I do. That Nikki introduced me to. She expanded my knowledge of the crust. She's like, you don't have to eat the pizza crust either. And I was like, oh my God. So I leave like a nice little line around the outside. If I'm hungry, I'll go back and eat all the leftover crust.
Yeah.
Usually I'm like, I want that soft meat, that warm center. I don't want to waste my shit on these crusty calories on the outside.
What about if the crust is stuffed with like cheese or something?
Oh, if I paid extra for the crust, then yeah. Because I had it in the US. I think they had it was like a sausage filling.
Yeah, I don't want any of that shit in my crust.
that was something else, man. I was like, oh yeah, I'll put a sausage on the side, and then I'm like eating it. I was like, I can't eat this whole fucking thing.
That's fucking
Bro,
gross.
that's for another level of fatness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, look, America had it on the menu. I wanted to give it a go.
Yep.
Didn't like it.
That's
We
America.
excel at being obese. We do. Norman, going out to a friend's surprise birthday party tonight, how much Knack should I take beforehand? 600, 1200, 1800 milligrams. That's well within the safe range.
600 should be enough.
Yeah. I usually take between 600 and 1200 daily. So do it about an hour. If you're going out and you're going to be having fun, make sure you take it beforehand, not immediately after, because there is one study out there that I came across where they gave Knack to individuals before some consumption of some substances and then after the consumption of some liquid substances. And it actually increased the amount of lipid peroxidation that was going on in the liver, so it was not good. What happened was, so have your Knack beforehand, then enjoy your festivities, and then maybe in the morning have a little bit more. Hey y'all, hey Brooke, The Witcher Season 2 is awesome. Now the Witcher novels were written by a fellow Pole. Have you read them, Lucas? Did you read the Witcher novels?
Yeah, we read them in at the school. and also we had some. I think there was like a series of movies. It was also very popular here in Poland, and after that, they decided to jump to other countries, and then they made this large movie, video games, and so on. So yeah.
Yeah. I
But
have
before that,
the first novel here at the house. My parents got that for me as an early Christmas gift. I haven't started reading it yet because we're in the middle of another series of books right now, but I'm excited to. I've heard good things about the books. I wasn't that impressed with season one of it. It seemed like the Netflix version of season one. It seemed very disjointed and it was all over the place. And then it ends and you're not even anywhere. It feels like the story hasn't really gone anywhere or anything. So I'm hopefully season two is better. I'm
being
hesitant.
completely honest, the movies and the series all suck comparing to books. The books
Yeah, it's
are
like most stuff. Most TV series. That's why I'm not watching the Wheel of Time series on Amazon because Sandy watched the first episode of it and they've completely shit all over the source material already.
That's why I always say read the book first and then maybe watch the movie, but
Yeah,
they'll go different way.
yeah. I mean, I like that the action sequences were good. Like, so Henry Cavill did fine in the sword fighting of the series. The little bard guy they got following him that is annoying as fuck, in my opinion. But I don't know. So, have you, Robbie or Shane, seen that? Heard of it?
I started watching it. I mean, I didn't read the books. I mean, I heard about the story and stuff like that. I mean, I was pretty well aware of it. And when I started watching the series, I think I went to maybe one or two episodes. To be honest with you, what you just said, all over the place. I think that's a great description. I didn't like it. I stopped. I mean, just it was a little bit too much all over the place.
Yeah. Lukasz, how do you say his name? Is it Andrei Sapkowski?
Sapkowski, yes.
So it's a V sound, Sapkowski?
Sapkowski.
Okay, and then how do you pronounce the first name? Andrzej.
Andrzej.
Andre, okay, all right. Outstanding. There we go. Pete Pasmus. Okay, I'm here. You can start now. Thanks, Pete. Glad we have your blessing. And Shane joined us finally, so we can start too. That's the important thing. The Lord has graced us with his presence.
I don't know if I got it all out, but I'm going to. So we'll see.
Brooke, season one is
second wave.
Season one is intentionally past and present. It is a little jarring, but it drops hints as to the timing. Yeah, and I kind of picked up on that at the end. I wonder if there was a way to be able to jump back and forth, but make it seem a little bit like Pulp Fiction is a good example of a movie that jumps all over the place, and then at the end you finally get the that with The Witcher. I couldn't connect the dots like that, but maybe that was just me. I don't know. Shane is always late, getting his hair did all pretty. Pete was actually working.
Bro, I was taking a shit. I was actually on time. Feel like taking that's kind of okay. Feel like that's okay.
You could have just taken the phone in the bathroom with you and just done the podcast, just live streaming while you.
Nah, dude.
Just
This morning
like
was rough.
Walker.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take a piss, but I'm not taking
Did
shit in there.
Did you saw what he did? He posted a picture of him like shitting using a squatty potty,
Jesus.
and
Oh, yeah.
and once he posted it on IG, he got a sponsorship contract from Squatty Potty.
Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Yeah, I saw the photo. It was so dumb.
Hey, man, he's rolling in the money that way. It always helps with business.
I guarantee you, if I took a picture of me taking a shit with a squatty potty, I mean, will I get a sponsorship? Nah, maybe just a comment or two. People saying I'm gross.
Norman, been pushing my tyrosine dosage lately before I work. What dosage are you taking currently, Norman? Curious what's the highest you guys have tried and how high you think you can go. The highest I've done is probably 4 to 5 grams. I think some of the human studies have done upwards of like 10 to 15.
I think I saw somewhere 12. Yeah, I think I saw 12 somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, 5 grams you're going to be. I think that's more than enough.
Yeah, to be honest with you, like I definitely felt when I tried it on its own, I definitely felt like 2 is better than 1. But between 2 and 3, I didn't see substantial difference whatsoever. I mean, I didn't go higher than 3. So I honestly think like 2 to 3 is good. But like you said, probably at 5, I don't think anything bad will happen to you. But at the same time, will you see more benefits? I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm pulling up something. On examine.com, it says, it's been noted in situations of cold stress, psychological stress, and sleep deprivation in humans, but at a relatively high dose of 150 milligrams per kilogram. So that is, let's see. Let's see, 150 milligrams. Let's say you got a 180-pound male, which is what? 81 kilos. So multiply that by 150. 12.272 grams. So yeah, I was right. Between 10 to 15 grams, you'll be, that's well within the studied range. Do you need to go that high? I mean, we've seen evidence as low as 2,000 milligrams being effective in humans for anti-stress benefits and cognitive flexibility and things like that. So, keep it 2, 3, 4, 5 in that ballpark. I think that's more than reasonable.
Stack it with something else.
Yeah, some other kind of dopamine support ingredient. I mean, you could do some velvet bean, you could do teacrine, you could do some caffeine with it. Theanine also has some dopaminergic properties as well. Dynamine. Xynamite is a COMT inhibitor. That could work. Any of those. Michael Mendoza, Lord Shane on his porcelain throne. Is it gold? Is it a gold? See, I mean, you got the gold sink. Is it a gold toilet too, Shane?
I tried to get the gold sink in the bathroom, but my wife said that was stupid. So we got a gold tap and a gold plug, and I actually originally said a gold toilet seat would have been cool, but probably a bit too much. And then I asked if we should look into a black one, and she said, "No, you're stupid. Buy a white one."
Okay.
So I did throw it out there. I'm not going to get a gold toilet seat though.
Okay.
That would be very difficult to find, I would imagine.
Hey, fellas. Hey, Jojo. How are you? Brooke, tried out Ninja's new nootropic gamer thing. I actually liked it. Way better than Glaxon's.
Funny because I just had a conversation about that with a friend of mine yesterday, and he said exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. And the only thing I remember, I replied, but I mean, again, looking at the labels, I haven't tried either one of them, but looking at the supplement facts of the labels, I mean, why would anyone be surprised? I mean, the Ninja formula is just, just so much better. It's pretty obvious. But from few people that tried Ninja, and I mean, they said the same, there's no comparison.
Yeah, I'd like to try both of them out. I mean, Shane had some good things to say about Glaxon's gamer supplement, and I mean, I trust his opinions on stuff. From the supplement fact side of things, I don't understand some of the ingredients. I'm talking to Joey about we're lining up to do a late night podcast, possibly. We can kind of do a deep dive on some of the ingredients, and he can walk me through it.
I think, like, in comparison, just Ninja across the board is much better. It's simpler and better formulations than, Glaxon and a lot of companies. Like, the only thing that I wasn't thrilled about, remember we talked about, is the fat burn. Other than that, they're pretty consistent.
Yeah. Robbie, congrats for the outstanding formula of bare knuckle.
Thank you.
How's the sales for bare knuckle and black tulip been since launch? Or I guess you don't have to give us specifics on sales figures, but how's the reception been to the last 2 releases?
Numbers.
Black tulip. Black tulip surprised me. I knew that it's gonna do well because the formula is just outstanding. That's just a fact. But I was a little bit nervous because remember I told you about the spiciness of Grains of Paradise. I was nervous about it, and actually, when you told me that Sandy said that she actually liked it, that kind of like calmed me down because you told me that on the day of the release, so there was no like feedback from others. I mean, there was like very, very limited. But I knowing that Sandy, because Sandy is difficult. I know like you're a little bit easier.
You're telling me.
Yeah, she's definitely not easy to please in terms of like flavors and stuff. So I was actually nervous when you even mentioned her name. But once you said that Sandy actually liked it, I was like, okay, we have nothing to worry about. And a few people did mention in terms of like that it's a little spicy, but nobody said, oh my God, it tastes disgusting or unbearable or something like that. None of that happened. But the only not even complaint, I think that the only thing that few people pointed out, and I think it's a good, if it's negative, it's still good, is the excessive sweating that they sweat their balls off. But then again, on the other hand, I mean that was the intention of the product, so I think it's a 1-1 situation. That's exactly what you would expect from a strong thermogenic, and it is what it is. The sales are very, very good. I mean, like I said, we were contemplating whether or not it's going to be a permanent or limited release. I mean, and more it shows that it's going to be a permanent thing, because it does phenomenal. We actually had just another order to UK within a week, which was pretty substantial, which made us a little bit worried about the inventory. But bare knuckle, we expected that bare knuckle is going to absolutely fucking explode. And it did exactly that. I mean, bare knuckle sales, it's only been 24 hours since the release. And, today is Saturday, and typically we don't go to Apollon on Saturdays. Both me and Carolina and Anthony, we had to go to Apollon this morning at 8 a.m. because we had to, continue shipping. Bare knuckle is doing insanely well. I mean, the formula has been perceived very, very good. And I have to admit also, after TJ's review yesterday, things just been absolutely crazy. I mean, the formula speaks for itself, of course. I think we improved, of course, on the taste, because nitrates taste a little bit better than Vaso 6. I mean, that's also a given. So we improved the flavor. Actually, the third flavor is coming out, I believe, in just a couple of weeks. I think early to mid-January, we're having a third flavor, and we actually going to work on a fourth and fifth flavor on Monday.
Sweet.
So that one is, it didn't exceed our expectations, because we knew it's going to do so well. I mean, the formula is absolutely second to none when it comes to non-stim. I'm actually very, very excited about the egg protein releasing next week. That's seriously exciting.
I wanted to ask you, are you happy with the usage of the nitrates in your formula?
Absolutely, without a doubt. I mean, this is just the first of the nitrates, and we have 2 more products with nitrates coming out like literally within weeks. And I couldn't be more happy. And like I said, obviously, thank you, Lukasz and Shane, because you played a certain part in it, and it couldn't be any happier. It worked out absolutely phenomenal. Just this, even in terms of, besides the pumps, the flavor, it's just easier to flavor. It tastes a lot better. Nitrates are a lot tastier than majority of other ingredients, so that helped a lot also.
Absolutely, yeah. Brooke, put Carolina's face on all the products. Sales revenue increases 300%. Minimum 300%.
Might be a good idea.
I think it was a good touch with not only with the top and adding her face on the black tulip, but also putting everything into this nice package, the box that Pete did for you. I think it was a good touch, and from marketing standpoint, I think.
Yeah, that was just another thing that I was scared of. I was very, very again, guys, I mean, how I feel about Carolina and the whole team and everybody. I mean, she's definitely way more respected when it comes to Apollon than I am. And but still, being female on a hardcore product, I was a little bit worried about sexism and all that. And all my worries and everything completely were unjustified, because that didn't make no difference whatsoever.
What do you mean by?
Well, I mean, guys are. I'll give you an example. A friend of mine has a grand opening for a third store in a couple of weeks, and he invited Flex Lewis, and he invited Guy Cisternino. And the third person that he invited is Yarishna. I mean, she is very, very popular as an IFBB. I believe she has 2, maybe 3 million followers and stuff like that. And I heard a few comments where people said, like, well, who gives a shit? She's a woman. So unfortunately, like, I think Europe and the rest of the world are a little bit more open-minded. Whether people will admit it or not, Americans are still, I would say, sexist. And, there are certain things that women still, especially when it comes to hardcore, I just think that men have a little bit more of a pull, regardless how many followers a woman has. So I think, like, in terms of that, I mean, obviously I'm not one of them because, I mean, look, Carolina is on a container, but there was a little bit of a worry, like skepticism, like, well, a guy who is fucking watching Ronnie Coleman videos and stuff like that, will he purchase a container and put it in his gym bag and come to the gym with a container with a beautiful woman on the label, and will he use that pre-workout? So, like I said, we still did it, but I was a little bit worried about it. I believe, Lukasz, you and I had that conversation where you told me, like, you have nothing to worry about. But it was a little bit of a concern. Not a major one because we still did it, but it was a bit of a concern.
Yeah.
Sridhar, great call on adding beta-alanine to bare knuckle. Love the tingles during my workout.
Believe it or not, I actually had one person sending me a message yesterday saying that, he was very, very polite, very classy, and he goes to me, I might be the only one who'll tell you this, but I actually don't like that you added beta-alanine into the formula.
It happens. I mean, I can see it both ways. It doesn't
Yeah.
really, it's not gonna cause me to buy a pre-workout, and it's not gonna prevent me from buying one either. So I don't feel that strongly about it one way or the other.
But it's also it's also the case of, and people get offended sometimes when I say this. You can't please everybody. When I tell somebody, somebody will make a comment. Oh, can you make this product in this flavor? Or can you add this ingredient to this product? Or remove this ingredient from that product? And I keep saying it again and again and again. There is not one supplement company that can please everybody. Everybody has different following. Everybody has different needs. Everybody has different preferences. You can't please everybody. But at the same time, I would never make a comment to a supplement owner and saying, you know what, remove this ingredient, or you better off adding this flavor. Just because you like it, it doesn't mean shit. This is not like going to a restaurant again, and I'm using this analogy every time. It's not like saying, I would like my steak rare, medium, or well done. You can do it in a restaurant because they can prepare it on the spot and it can be individually made. But when companies ordering thousands and thousands and thousands of units, they cannot make a special request. We just talked to my guy Anthony this morning at the gym about different flavors for pre-workouts in general. Mm-hmm. And, the flavors that came up in a conversation were watermelon and grape. They're very popular flavors. People like them in general. I absolutely fucking hate them. Both of them. I just don't like the flavors. I like fresh grapes and I like watermelon. Just the flavors, I'm not a fan. Just like I know, for example, that blue raspberry is a very popular flavor, but you, Robert, absolutely hate it. But do we not make a product just because you hate it, or do we make a product because majority of people do like it? I mean, after all, we are running a business. So when a company has a bunch of flavors, if you don't like a certain flavor, just don't fucking purchase it. Simple as that.
Agreed. Brooke, I think that sexism wasn't really a factor because she's so much more than a beautiful face. She's an athlete, businesswoman, and an all-around sweet person. There we go.
I'll make sure to tell her that. Thank you, Brooke.
Justin Thompson. On the topic of nitrates, is there an optimal form? I've heard sodium nitrate is the highest percentage of nitrates. Kind of depends on which way you want to skin the cat with it. So there's a couple of ways you can work. Before I get into like the super nerdy shit, do any of y'all have a preference on an optimal form of nitrate, or y'all want to say anything?
I mean, I've always enjoyed the sodium potassium nitrates, but they're very rare. Like, they're nowhere near as common as arginine.
Yeah. What I was going to say is you want to get it doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, what you're after is the nitrate payload. So somewhere you want to get a yield of 300 to about 900 or so milligrams of active nitrates. That'll give you enough nitrates to get the nitric oxide pathway going, blowing and going that side. We're gonna separate it from there. So we'll take a few of the other forms. So you have citrulline nitrate, creatine nitrate, betaine nitrate, and arginine nitrate. So if you want to look at it that way, you could do betaine nitrate and stack it with some more betaine anhydrous, so you get a total yield of 2.5 grams of betaine. You could also do arginine nitrate like Robbie did in bare knuckle, where you're getting that arginine to support the citrulline. So you're getting both. You're getting the nitrate for the nitrite nitric oxide pathway, and then you're also getting bulk L-citrulline. You're also getting some additional arginine from that arginine nitrate, which is going to actually make it through the digestive tract. And then you're going to get the nitric oxide pathway that way. So in the end result, you just want to get the nitrates for the exercise improvements of blood flow endurance, nitric oxide, all that good stuff. But if you can spin it and tweak the formula to get some additional benefits by either increasing cellular hydration and volumization with the betaine aspect of it, you can go that way. You could do citrulline nitrate. That's more expensive. You could do arginine nitrate as well to complement it with some bulk L-citrulline. You could do creatine nitrate, but I don't really think it's really worth it that much, because then you have to add a bunch more creatine monohydrate to get to that. And then am I leaving any of the others out?
Yeah, I think so, because I think he's just trying to find the highest percent. As far as I knew, sodium and potassium nitrate were the highest.
Yeah.
I don't know their exact amounts, but I know that the others, you almost always see the others in the 2 to 3 gram range, and then sodium is far lower than that, which I always assumed meant the nitrates are obviously much higher.
Yeah.
But again, I don't recall seeing the exact percentage written down anywhere for the sodium and potassium nitrate. I know the betaine and beta-alanine and citrulline, they're out there and you can figure them out.
Yeah. I used to have Joey had sent over a table one time of all the nitrate percentages, and I used to have them. I don't know where it is. I'm trying to look it up on my hard drive right now.
I think you actually sent it to us once.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
He has sent it to me a couple of times, and I can't find the damn thing.
I'm pretty sure that sodium was the highest. I'm almost 99% certain.
Yeah, it's because I don't see it that often, or at least compared to the others.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I had shared a while back. All right, anyway, yeah. So yeah, just make sure you're getting enough percentage of the nitrates. And if you have a specific form that you're looking at, Justin, let me know, and I'll do my best to dig up the percentage and give you an end result of that particular form of nitrate that you're looking at. Jojo, the marketing of Alani Nu. Yes? No? Maybe so? I have no idea.
I can see Alani Nu.
What's the question?
But I don't, yeah. The marketing.
Maybe he is praising the marketing or questioning the marketing.
I'm not sure. Give us a little bit of a clarity, Jojo.
Or there might actually be a brand out there called Lani Nu. And we're just completely out of it.
Yeah. Well, if it's not on Stack 3D, it doesn't really count then. So it means we just haven't heard of it. Brooke, oh yeah. I let a coworker try Hooligan for a pre-workout. He loved it. He had always used steel and said the latter could not compare to the energy and focus of Hooligan.
Thank you, Brooke. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, the new Hooligan's going to live up to the same standard. I'm pretty sure, actually, it will. But thank you very much. Really appreciate this.
And if your friend is looking to purchase his own tub of Hooligan, he can get a big
Fat.
discount with code FINALSCOOP. Save 15% on all Apollon nutrition products.
You know, since we started this podcast, I love this word so much.
You know what? I actually love when you say fat bastard. I think you actually killed Mike Myers because you make it sound so much better.
You mean chubby little bastard?
Chubby little bastard. That should be trademarked.
Yeah, it should be. You know what we should do? we should do a flavor of one of the Apollon's product and call it chubby little bastard.
Don't tempt me because I'll do it, and I will.
That would be fun.
Yeah, the only question is, like, what the fuck would it taste like? It has to taste like something Polish.
Fatness. Pure fatness, man.
Like bacon flavor?
There will be inclusions. The crust of the bread inside.
I know where you're going with this. Shut up.
I'm truly baffled. All right. Hold on. I think I finally found the...
You still looking for it?
Yeah.
I remember you sending it like months ago, but you definitely sent it to us.
Yeah, I know I did. All right. Here we go. Wait, where the fuck did it go? Come back. Here we go. Okay. Sodium nitrate is 73% nitrate by yield. So in a gram of sodium nitrate, you get 730 milligrams of active nitrate. So you really only need about 1 gram of sodium nitrate. Potassium nitrate is 61%, so you'd get 613 milligrams of nitrate per 1,000 milligrams of potassium nitrate. After that, you got glycine. Here, I can just share my screen.
I thought the others were much lower than that. But...
Yeah, they are.
Share your screen.
Here we go.
Close the porn tabs.
Yeah, close the porn.
All right, let's get that out of the way. Okay. All right, so sodium nitrate.
There's no open window. Penny pump. Close it out.
There's a what? I got my 3 tabs right there. I got my YouTube. I got the WhatsApp with our group messages.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just...
I'm just joking, man.
He must have closed them, Lukasz.
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded. Beta alanine nitrate. Yeah, these are all like, so arginine nitrate is 26%.
So beta alanine nitrate is quite high.
So that's why you need a lot of arginine. That's why there's 3,000 milligrams of arginine nitrate in there, because that gets us up into, what is that, 262.
So we're like 700.
Yeah. 786. Yeah, it's right in that sweet spot like we were talking about. What else we got? Glutamine nitrate, ornithine, leucine nitrate, creatine nitrate's 32%. And those are the most common ones you're going to see. Some of the European brands can get their hands on sodium nitrate. I don't really see much sodium nitrate here stateside, though. And potassium nitrate, iForce used to sell that. That was a high-tech brand. I don't know if they're still doing it or not.
I remember iForce was selling a potassium.
Yeah.
I still got some of those caps in my pantry.
What was it called
that
again?
That one was a fucking beast.
Yep.
What was it called? The product?
iForce. The brand was iForce.
The product, the name.
I thought it was just called KNO3.
It was a name. It was a very popular name.
No, you're thinking of Hemavol?
Hemavol?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that didn't. I don't think the nitrates were in that. They just sold this separate.
Hemavol didn't have nitrates.
Yeah.
It was this one, yeah. Potassium nitrate.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Hemavol was without nitrates. It wasn't agmatine, I think.
Is iForce still around?
I don't think so.
Yeah, agmatine, citrulline, glycerol.
Well, they got bought by High-Tech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they were still doing stuff for a while.
After that, I don't know what happened to the brand. I remember back in the days when Jose Raymond and Dusty Henshaw were sponsored by them. Good old,
citrulline.
good times.
I thought for sure they had it in there.
Maybe one of like the first versions of
Maybe
it.
the first version, yeah.
See, check Predator Nutrition site.
Oh, they will have the first version, the newest version. They don't have the old one.
Yeah, is it still available? Can you still buy it?
I
would heard
on their
it.
site
No,
you can, yeah.
Yeah.
But is it on iForceNutrition.com is the question.
Good to see them still going. I haven't heard anything from iForce for like...
No. Are they still around?
Shit. Like a few years.
Their website's
Oh,
not
man,
even
the
popping up.
website's not coming up first.
I mean, you can find it on. There you go.
High tech.
On High Tech site. Trying to help.
Yeah.
Their protein actually didn't taste bad. They had a brown sugar cookie, oatmeal cookie that was good. I remember going through that.
I love IFORS back in the days.
Yeah. Coming soon,
Good
potassium nitrate. Sold out right now. It says coming soon. Is it actually coming soon or not?
But you know what's really loaded with nitrates? The Muscle Beach from pre-workout. This one is a beast.
Oh, yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
Bro,
Muscle Beach and Naughty Boy are the only two that use 5 grams of
yeah, I'm on
active
like,
nitrate.
Yeah.
I think, 3rd or 4th serving of the Muscle Beach. Man, every workout is just insane.
What were they using, Shane?
Oh, they use it. It's like a 5 gram combination, so they don't have like, it's like beta alanine nitrate.
Yeah.
Is it citrulline nitrate?
Naughty Boy?
And then the Muscle Beach.
Muscle Beach.
They have 3 in there. I can't remember exactly which ones they are, and then they combine for like 5 grams.
I found the product you were thinking of, Shane, the Hemovo 2 Max from iForce had the nitrates in it. And I did try this one.
Go.
Yeah, right there.
That's the one I remember.
But this one says 57% nitrate, but the table I got from Joey is at 61%, and I'm more inclined to believe this.
Maybe it's rounded down.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah, because Naughty Boy uses a combined 5 grams of active nitrates too. Well, sorry, nitrate ingredients.
Muscle Beach uses proline nitrate, betaine
that's
nitrate, citrulline nitrate, and betaline nitrate.
Oh, they got 4 in there. Yeah, the proline one was the one that I was like.
Proline is 1 gram, betaine is 1 gram, nitrate is 2 grams, and beta-alanine is 1 gram.
You might have to hunt. Oh, there you go. There's the.
Where's
you
the
might have to
stuff?
hunt for the label on this one because it was a while before they revealed it.
Mm.
We have 4 different nitrate ingredients.
Yeah.
The flavor is
No,
also
good down.
good.
There you go.
Okay, so 2,000 milligrams of citrulline nitrate, 1,000 milligrams beta-alanine, proline. Proline even on here? No.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see, we got. All right, so we got 410 citrulline. How is citrulline on here? Not on here. Okay, never mind.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting a shit ton of nitrates either way.
Yeah, you are.
410. Betaine is another 346. So right there, you're at 756 with just those two alone. God damn.
Yeah, it's a good time.
That I wonder if it would make a few people go hypo. But I would wonder.
But then, see, that's the interesting thing is that comment said, well, you know, because obviously potassium and sodium are a little more higher percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you see them as often? I'm assuming, I don't actually know, but is like obviously the prices don't work out to be exactly like double, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be a reason why.
Interesting.
Because I know that Purist Labs uses the is it sodium for their what is it? Oxygen.
Oxygen. Let me pull that
I don't
up.
know if I'm pretty sure they did use it at some point, or maybe they've changed. I know they have a nitrate in there, and that one was one of the big ones that got a lot of attention originally.
You're talking about the old formula of oxygen or the newest one?
The
It's got a
capsules.
blend.
Capsules, yeah.
740.
Oh yeah, there you go.
milligrams of combined. Is that even enough to do anything?
I don't know if this is because the capsules were the first, were they not?
Yeah.
I know they changed it at some point. I don't know what the original looked like. I thought it was only sodium nitrate to start.
Liquid capsules. 500
Oh, there you
milligrams
go.
of sodium nitrate. Yeah. So you pop, 4 of those capsules or 5 or 6 of those, it'll be a good time. Cool. All right. Let's close that. All right. Devin, for some reason, this week's group of people is a little less beautiful. I can't figure out why. Shane didn't do his hair properly this time. That's why.
No. Read the next comment. Yeah.
Simon says Shane is very beautiful.
So it's not me.
Justin, if that's the case, why is sodium and potassium less frequently used? Because what is it? Thermolife doesn't own the patent on potassium nitrate, I think. You'd have to license that through High Tech, maybe? And then all of the other ones, I believe Thermolife has. But I'm not sure about sodium.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I thought they had the patent on all of the nitrates.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's just the amino-bound nitrates, I thought.
No.
That's why you always see
I don't think-
arginine, betaine, beta-alanine.
I think it's a price thing. I imagine that, like, if you buy citrulline nitrate, and, like, obviously it's got twice as many nitrates in sodium nitrate. I don't think it works out to be twice the price. Maybe it's like a purity thing. The price doesn't work out exactly.
Yeah.
And I think creatine nitrate, citrulline nitrate would probably be more recognizable to most people. Whereas if you put in potassium nitrate and sodium nitrate, it might be like, that's better for you, but some people might just be like, oh, citrulline nitrate just sounds better, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never actually asked them that.
I don't know.
I just assumed the price was more than, like, for the nitrates you get, it probably works out better for the other ones. I don't know.
They do sell bulk powder of potassium nitrate on Amazon, though. I will say that.
Oh, really?
They do. At least here in the States. Sridhar, I noticed way more tingles with the 3.2 gram beta-alanine in certain pre-workouts. Is it just the quality of beta-alanine used, or did my scooper just pick up more of the beta-alanine?
Actually, this came up about a week ago in 2 cases. Number one, my manufacturer said that beta-alanine that was sent to him at one point a couple of months ago, when they tested it, it failed by about, if I'm not mistaken, over 60%. So the quality, the purity was like slightly over 30%. So it was basically garbage. So thankfully, my manufacturer does test everything. Unfortunately, not everybody does test. So yes, purity is a huge, huge issue in the industry. But besides that, I had this discussion with TJ. So if you take, for example, Black Tulip has 3.2 gram of beta-alanine, same as bare knuckle. So Black Tulip, the beta-alanine is not as, by the way, same manufacturer. You won't feel the same way as you will feel with bare knuckle. So in theory, I think that the reason for that is I think that all the focus ingredients, the nootropics and the energy ingredients, all the stimulants, I think they're a little bit overpowering and kind of like taking away from that feeling of beta-alanine. And again, this is not something that is proven. It just, I think theoretically, that's what it is, and it would make sense. And of course, Black Tulip also has strong thermogenics. I mean, pyridoxine at 200 milligram, you will feel something a little bit more than just tingles. But with beta-alanine, the 3.2 gram, I definitely felt, and same TJ actually said it in his review, that it felt a lot stronger. And I think the reason is because there are no stimulants. There is nothing to actually interfere with those tingles. So, I mean, Robert probably will have a better answer, but I think that would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the first issue, like you raised, Robbie, is that the manufacturing, like the quality of it, is certainly has an impact on it, because I know Mark has said this before when we've talked at NutriBio. Like, he's checked just other ingredients like creatine. He bought a tub of creatine once, and it came back like 65% creatine when it should have been, creatine monohydrate is supposed to be, 99.999% creatine. That's why you have to, if you are a contract manufacturer, if you're running your own manufacturing facility, you've got to test these ingredients, because you could be buying something that says it's 100% beta alanine, and then you test it and it's 65%, like Robbie was just saying. So I think that's going to be it. If you have strong stems and potent nootropics or strong thermogenics, I think that could cover up the beta alanine. I don't have much of a scientific explanation. It could be that it's just your body's on sensory overload at that point. You just can't one from the other. Just the other two are that much more powerful than the tingles.
But the
Or
first
you're
one,
sensitized to it.
yeah, but the first one would make the most sense. The purity thing
Yeah.
is that what many don't realize, and this is where labels are just labels. Definitely stands correct. Is because a lot of manufacturers are either shady or greedy or just cheap, and they buy inferior ingredients that are not tested, which is, I would say, a case probably with majority of brands. I mean, that's just there is no way of finding out. That's why certificate of analysis and testing the products are extremely important, or third-party testing. Something has to take place, because perfect example, actually, if you think about it, the supplement industry is not really regulated to the extent that it should be, in terms of like checking on them and making sure everything is passing the quality control, etc., because I mean, they can cut the supplements same way as people that sell cocaine. I mean, it's exactly the same practice. There is no difference, trying to save money. And of course, it happens in a underground steroid market as well. I actually just went to get my blood work, and I met with my doctor on Friday, and I'm on TRT. I'm taking 200 milligram of testosterone per week. So the reading of my testosterone was as expected to reflect the 200 milligram that I'm taking. And the doctor was telling me that he had somebody who did blood work, and the guy admitted to him that he was taking testosterone now underground. So it wasn't prescribed by a physician. It was actually black market testosterone. The guy was taking about 750, I think, milligram per week, which is obviously not TRT. This is more like a bodybuilding, juicing kind of protocol. Yeah, so it's a cycle, yeah. So average typically that you will see your reading on testosterone, if you're taking 200, more or less you multiply it by 7. So your reading will be above 1,000 typically. So you will land probably anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500. Ideally, probably 1,400 is going to be your reading, more or less. But again, it can vary. Now the guy took 750. So if my reading was over 1,000 at 200 milligram, at 750 his reading should be fucking 3,000-4,000 easily. When he went, but he came to see a doctor and he did blood work, and he said his sex drive is low. He's constantly tired. He doesn't feel good. He's sleepy. I mean, pure indication of a low test levels. But then again, how can it be if somebody's taking 750 milligram per week? I mean, you should be a fucking ninja. You should be a Rambo. When they tested him, his level showed below 200 milligram, which means that the testosterone that he was taking was fake. I mean, it contained pretty much no testosterone because he was extremely low. So the same thing, supplement industry is no different. If something doesn't feel a certain way, it's very highly possible that it's underdosed, just like drugs, just like steroids, just like anything, and it's not tested, and you got something from China or whatever that is severely underdosed, and maybe in some cases doesn't contain any of the active ingredients. That is also highly possible.
Yeah, good point. Jojo, missed a message before that one. It didn't pop through on our end for some reason, Jojo, which will remind me to tell everybody else. If it seems like we're not answering your questions, guys, trust me, we're not avoiding anything. Just sometimes YouTube gets stupid and doesn't post up your comments if it's too long or contains certain trigger words that the lords of the YouTube don't think that is safe for other people to see for some reason. Although it's free speech, whatever.
That's not true. We are avoiding you because you're not paying us.
I was adding to the comment about people being sexist because I know men that won't buy Alani Nu because of the marketing. I think that's a different thing. Like Alani Nu specifically, or at least from what I gather, it positions itself as a female brand, does it not? Like it doesn't market to everyone. Isn't it mostly a chick brand?
I think originally, yes, but I don't know. I don't know.
Shane?
What's that?
Alani Nu's marketing, isn't it? See, Alani Nu is typically just structured itself as a female brand, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think it's sexist like a guy saying, I'm not going to buy Alani Nu because it's not marketed towards guys. Where I think like a run-of-the-mill brand, not a run-of-the-mill brand, but like Optimum Nutrition, it doesn't go towards guys or girls. So in that case,
I don't necessarily think it's sexist if you don't like. Yesterday we went shopping and my wife was like, "Oh, you should come into the store. They got like we can get matching pajamas for Christmas." And I was like, "Yeah, that would be cool." And I looked at the store, and 95% of them were women, and everything on the shelf was looked like women's clothing.
Yeah,
I said, "I fucking going on there." And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "It's all women's stuff." And she said, "No, there's some men's stuff." And she like points to the back corner. I was like, "No." Oh, what the hell's wrong with you? No, I don't belong there. All good. Moving on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I was sexist for doing that. It just didn't appeal to me. It just didn't feel like it was geared towards me. So I didn't want to go in there. She went in there, came back out, whatever. But I feel like if someone's saying, "Oh, it's a woman's brand," isn't necessarily sexist. Maybe they just don't feel it's their way of saying it doesn't communicate with them. Yeah. Sounds a bit sexist when you say, "Oh, it's a woman's brand," but he's really probably just trying to say doesn't bring him in. No different from a woman being like, "Oh yeah, take Animal Pack." That's gonna push a woman out further away than any brand because it's just. Yeah. I mean, you'll get some, but a woman might make the same comment. She's like, "Oh, that's a bodybuilder's brand or a man's brand or whatever," and she's not really just doesn't resonate with her.
Yeah. But
I know Alani Nu's got a much bigger audience now. Like, I imagine it's very broad, being in GNC and everything, and the energy drinks.
Right.
So, yeah, I think they've come a long way since they started.
Agreed. Sridhar, I just don't get Alani Nu pre-workout because I think I am extra sensitive to L-theanine. I just start yawning before my workout with any pre that has it. Agreed. Yeah, but this is an issue we've beat down many, many times. We're not huge fans of theanine and pre-workouts overall.
But in all honesty, it's not all. I mean, of course, again, Robert is right. We talked about this so many times, but it's not only Alani Nu. I mean, this is pretty much everyone. So it's not specifically that only this brand.
Cristobal, thoughts on Beast Cookie Company? I've never heard of them. The cookies have 180 milligrams caffeine, but they do not have pump ingredients or creatine. Probably because that would taste like shit in the cookie. But let me see.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If the idea is that I would have the cookie before my workout to get some pumps and stuff, that does not sound good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I already have to take a shit after I have stims. Imagine if I throw down cookie and stims.
Beast Energy Cookie.
I mean, it sounds cool. I like
this
it.
is like one of those. This is just one of those dumb functional foods. Like they had caffeinated peanut butter.
Hey! We just discussed. It may not be for you, Robert. It may. I know.
That's what I'm saying. This is dumb.
I don't think this is dumb. Someone wakes up. You forget that
it's dumb.
Many people don't go to the gym. Like a lot of people, if not everyone. So if they wake up and they want a protein cookie and some caffeine, have at it, bro.
You know what? I mean, I can see Robert's point. I can see Shane's point too, because on one hand, and this is Shane's point, I mean, everybody's different, and at the end of the day, anyone can pick whatever the fuck they want. If they want a fucking cookie before the workout, who are we to tell them otherwise? So I can totally see that point, here. On the other hand, and this is probably like old school, old fashioned, I can see Robert's point, because everything is done for convenience and, and current market and, how everything is today. And I mean, what are we doing again? I mean, cookie for energy, cookie before the workout. I mean, we definitely going fucking backwards. I just saw an interview with a Russian singer where he said, like, music from the 50s and 60s and 70s, people still listen to that shit. Like, there are hits that will never go away. Elvis Presley was very long time ago. John Bon Jovi was a little bit more recent, but still, I mean, 20, 30 years. And those songs are still classics. Today, you get a hit, and the hit is like for literally, if it's a month, that's a long time. It's just like completely everything has changed. And this particular singer is still very popular in Russia, but he's been popular for the past 20 or 30 years. And he fucking has stadiums. People are coming, watching his shows, and he sings the same songs that he's been singing for the past 10, 20 years. People still listen. Same as Bon Jovi, it's exactly the same. And he's been accused a few times, like, why the fuck are you singing the same shit? Where is new material? And he goes, I only understand your point. But the fact that I have hits for the past 20 years, that just shows how, the teenagers that were listening to my songs when they were 15, 16, today some of them are mothers or even grandmothers, and they still go to my concerts and they still listen to my songs. So, that old school mentality, it changed so much. If we can, I mean, Juan Morel was with Apollon Nutrition for about 2 years, and he's very successful. His cookie business is absolutely amazing. He's killing, and I mean, he's a millionaire. He's doing great, and I'm happy for him. The cookie is not, sometimes people are asking, is that a protein cookie? No, it's not. It has tons of sugar, like 50 to 100, I don't know, grams of sugar or more. It's 1,000-calorie cookie, but yet when I see it as a title sponsor of a bodybuilding show, I mean, clearly he can afford it. Again, good for him. When I see athletes posting like, look, I have 2-3 cookies a day, again, who the fuck am I to tell him not to do it? I can't. I mean, I don't have that authority. I don't have that weight pull, and it's none of my business, to be honest. But still, there is part of me that goes, really? Like, this is where we got to? We advertising cookies pre-workout. We pushing that. And again, I mean, I can't say it enough. Everybody should run their business the way they want. But I mean, there should be at least a moral responsibility. And again, I'm being naive, and I said it in text messages between us guys. Sometimes I am a little bit naive, and I would like to see it the right way. But it's the same thing as, like, to get in shape, you need to fucking work out. You need to bust your ass. You don't have to look for the easiest way out. There are fucking fitness centers today with pillows to make sure that you're comfortable when you're doing bench pressing. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous to how far we didn't evolve, but actually went backwards. And there is a reason. Physiques are different from 20 years ago. Look at the fighters. The fighters are different. The boxing, Mike Tyson 20, 30 years ago, Muhammad Ali, all those guys were just better athletes. And they didn't have the fancy equipment. They didn't have the fancy cookies. They didn't have none of that. It was fucking raw eggs, running for 10, 20 miles a day, that hardcore training. And there is no substitute for that. Yeah, we're looking for convenience. Oh, let me have, when I hear people asking, oh, how does this pre-workout taste? Who gives a flying fuck? It's a pre-workout. You going out on the weekends and you're drinking vodka and whatnot. I mean, really, does it taste better? Because, I mean, it doesn't. You drinking it for a certain purpose because you want to get drunk. You want to have a good time. You want to party. So when I see this, I mean, good for them. Hopefully they're making shitload of money and they're successful business. But, I mean, energy cookie just will never sit well with me personally.
Yeah, it's a dog shit macro blend, because who's just going to eat half of this cookie and get 90 milligrams of caffeine? Nobody is. So you're getting 400 calories, 52 grams of carbohydrates, and 10 grams of protein, 16 grams of fat. And it says superior quality protein. The only protein sources on here are pea protein and rice protein. Pea protein, decent. Rice protein is deficient in lysine and leucine. So,
but maybe he's saying superior compared to like sugar, because I mean it is superior compared to other things.
Yeah, that valid point. Shit
Yeah,
can
no,
be
this is just
shit can be superior to other shit.
this is
I'll be
dog
100%.
shit.
I'll be 100% honest. I'm here with Robert.
Go have a protein shake and
All
drink a
the way.
Monster.
All the way. I don't think this should be on the market because this is pushing to completely different direction. It's
Exactly.
they're trying to innovate the industry while they're like just doing harm to the industry and the functional foods.
Yeah.
If someone wants to do like a product that is like functional, make it functional and not like and the macros are horrendous.
I
It's
mean, it's
like,
as bad as Lenny and Larry's was too.
yeah,
Lenny and
it's like
Larry's
10
was shit.
grams. Like what? 10 grams of protein per entire cookie. Well,
Yeah.
the carbs are like almost 50, 60
It's 56 in this cookie.
grams. Shane wouldn't even touch it with his finger. So
Not even after leg day.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
but-
the thing is, for me, it's like I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't eat it. It doesn't seem like it would be something fitting for me. Neither is Lenny and Larry's. But Lenny and Larry's sold a fuckload more cookies than probably 90% of the protein cookie brands out there. So whether you like it or not, people wanted that cookie.
They're also
Yeah,
You could
no.
say that like, oh, I wanted something. You should probably want something lower in sugar. You should probably want something lower in calories. But then people to you would say, no, I like how it tasted, and they don't mind the extra calories. So every time there's a product that like doesn't appeal to us, it would probably appeal to tens of thousands. And most people would look at us and think, why would you waste $300 a month on supplements? Like, I've had people say that to me many a times. In my family, they say it's just a waste of money. And I'm like, okay. You're not going to be able to argue that.
No.
It's our lifestyle, though. But to them, it's stupid as shit. Just as much as this might seem a bit odd to us. But I wouldn't say that their audience, like they have 15,000 followers on Instagram. That's not that's no small amount.
Correct.
That shows that there must be enough people out there, and with the world and 7 billion people, you don't even need like a fraction of a percentage. You need like a minuscule percent, and you've got something that people would want. Like Robert said, if he can make something that at least one person likes, then he's succeeded.
Oh,
People
100%.
would probably have the same mindset.
100%. I think, like I said, that this is where not even the problem, but this is, I mean, Shane is on point because there are two aspects. There are the healthy aspect and there is a business aspect. From a business perspective, this is, I mean, I might as well go and say this is very smart and genius and whatnot. It doesn't really matter because, I'm pretty sure that they're making money. And then you have, say, for example, Apollon Gym, like Shane's going to be here in a few months. When he's going to be at Apollon Gym, he's going to see it's not packed. Robert saw it. It's not packed. It's probably the best gym in the area, one of the best in the state, actually one of the top 10 in the country. But it's not going to be packed. Why? Because the majority of people are going to places like Planet Fitness. They're paying $10 a month, which is way cheaper than Apollon. They're going over there. I mean, the equipment... I'm not going to say anything bad. I mean, I'm thinking it, but I'm not going to say it. The equipment is nowhere near the same. The trainers are nowhere near the same. The knowledge is nowhere near the same. And yet, obviously, they're making a lot more money.
You get a free pizza.
You get a free pizza, correct. So, but the thing is that these people, majority of those people that go to Planet Fitness, they want to be fit. They actually want to be healthy. The problem is that the knowledge is not there. They're looking for more for convenience, but I'm pretty sure if they talk to somebody who can actually educate them and show them the ropes and explain to them certain things that they just don't know. Like, for example, like Robert said, rice protein. I mean, it's crap. I mean, it's nothing. But all they see is they don't see rice. They see protein. And they think that it's good. Look, this contains protein. They don't know the difference between concentrate, isolate, beef protein, rice protein, pea protein. They don't know. They see the word protein. So automatically it's good. And I think that this is what the problem is that, the whole point behind even this podcast, we're trying to educate people and we're trying to help people. If we can help, like Shane said, if it can help 1%, well, I believe if we can help 1% of people change the way they do things or the products that they take. I mean, I just fucking released bare knuckle. It's costing me insane amount of money to put up a good product on the market. I can go a lot cheaper, put a couple of cool characters on my label, pay somebody to promote it and say that this is the greatest shit on the market, and perhaps maybe even sell more and make more profit. I take a pride in the fact that we're doing it the right way, and I think that this should be glorified. This should be pushed, and I think that then less people than majority of Americans, 50-60% obesity in the country. I mean, we could definitely improve, but no, people are looking for these cookies. Case in point, Mark Lobliner. I'm impressed with him as a businessman. There is a difference between a businessman and an athlete. He just got his pro card. Good for him. Well deserved. He did look good. But Mark Lobliner, who makes the outright bars, you want to tell me that Mark Lobliner, who fucking posts, front double bicep or what a great boxer he is, but at the bottom he's putting outright bars, just came up with raspberry peanut butter or whatever the fuck it is. Do you really think he was eating those bars that have the word protein and probably the word healthy and beneficial and macros and whatever the fuck it has on it? Do you really think he used it to prep for the show? I mean, he was not touching those bars. He was definitely not touching those bars. And if he was having them, then he was taking something else to make sure that it's dealt with, so to speak. So you don't know the whole truth behind it. I mean, we do. We know that Mark Lobliner, the businessman, was selling outright bars to a fat fuck somewhere, telling him that if he's going to eat it, because it's loaded with protein, the guy's going to lose weight. And then you have somebody going to Planet Fitness where the weights go only up to 50, 60 pounds. There's a shitload of treadmills where he's walking super, super, super slow. And in one hand, he's holding outright bars. And on the way out of the Planet Fitness, he's going to grab a slice of pizza. And the guy did what Mark Lobliner said. He went to the gym just like Mark Lobliner. He didn't use the same weights. He didn't train with the same intensity. He didn't use the same supplements. And he definitely used Mark Lobliner's protein bar that Mark Lobliner did not use, I assure you, to win a pro card, which he obviously deserved. So, maybe he's making money. And I'm not even going to call it dishonest because, I mean, what's dishonest about it? Business typically has its ways of marketing that are not exactly 100% kosher. But what I'm saying is that, yes, there are more people who are going to buy these cookies than they're going to buy, good, clean, and fairly expensive protein. Why? Because it tastes probably better. It's definitely cheaper. It's definitely more pleasant, and it brings them closer to the cookie that got them fat in the first place.
Agreed. Kind of the same as KFC as a Body Expo sponsor.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Dynamite sponsor.
Brooke, I had to explain how a Lenny and Larry's cookie was not actually going to help with their diet. Dangerous advertising to market it as healthy. Yeah. And that speaks to the stuff like everything that's marketed as either like vegan, keto friendly, carnivore friendly, paleo, just because it has these buzzwords or it says, high protein, doesn't mean it's actually going to help you do jack shit.
I think Lynn and Larry, same with Quest as well. I feel like they've reached beyond like us.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Like I'm talking people who don't there's no way Quest sold for $1 billion. Like people who don't go to the gym, people who don't care about protein. That's who they're hitting. Lenny and Larry's is hitting people that don't give a shit about losing weight or care that.
Correct.
Okay, I guess they're probably not touching the gym. Yeah. I can't see functional brands selling as many as like those guys did, and only selling them to people like us who are trying to get like 10% body fat or whatever.
Right.
I have to imagine, and when you got like Grenade as well, Grenade at like airports, Quest at airports, like that's a whole nother level. It's kind of like energy drinks when people, because most people use those and they don't go to the gym. Like they're just taking it because they are, I want some energy. It's
so we got an offer, Lenny and Larry cookies, and these are the best sellers as far the cookies in Europe, and I think even outside Europe, these are the best. So basically, once we get the stock, and it's even on the boat, it's already sold out. So once it arrives to the port, it's already gone.
Yeah.
The pre-orders are so high that we can't keep the stock. That's how fast it sells. So I will give you like a quick perspective. Let's say we order, I don't know, 20 pallets of cookies in one go, right? So in like 1 week, they're already sold out. And I remember like my one of my Czech clients, he's always complaining. He was like, why you can't order more? And I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, we are doing our best, but we always we have to check with the manufacturing how long does it take them to produce the cookies and so on.
Right.
The exact same situation is with Mars bars.
Yeah.
We always want to order more, but we can't. There's always issues with the manufacturing and so on. So yeah, I can understand your standpoints, guys, and as far as as far as what you mentioned about the crowd, that is purchasing these products, yeah, that is true. Like the gym rats, they don't care that much, But I remember when at the expos, the regular people were coming to the booth and they were buying tons of these cookies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was asking them question, why do you like these? And why you don't buy the regular cookies? The macros are pretty much exactly similar, or these are just have a bit more protein than the other ones, and they're because I like them, I like the texture, I like the profile, I like the taste. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like people in Quest bars. I remember Quest bar was good back in the day, but you've got much better options nowadays. But people still love those.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I can't understand. I was like even Quest has made better bars since then.
Yeah.
But they still go back to that original. I'm like, I also think there's an audience who buys the Lenny and Larry's who is educated, but knows completely what they're getting and buy it anyway.
Yeah.
Subtalk.
I also
Happy
noticed in Europe
Festivus.
that in Europe the protein sources aren't as important. I see a lot of European brands using collagen. They don't use whey isolate. In US, it's always whey isolate, milk isolate.
Yeah.
Or in Europe, they're just and I'm like, I love that.
Collagen, concentrate. Yeah. Milk,
Yeah.
Soy.
milk protein, cottage cheese. Let's add some rat on top of that.
Cricket protein.
Yeah, man.
And I remember because I remember seeing in a comment someone said, "Why would you buy this?" I can't remember what brand. They said, "Why would you buy this? It's got, I think it was soy and collagen, and it was one of my favorite bars." Then someone from Europe says, "I don't give a shit."
Yeah, I mean,
They would
it's
just
really
straight up
in the whole grand, context of a whole day. If you have one protein bar that is made of soy and collagen and it's giving you 15 to 20 grams, but you're still getting 100 and something other grams from beef, chicken, eggs, it doesn't matter. You still get there's still quality amino acids. The problem is if you're only consuming soy, if you're only consuming rice protein,
if you're
that's
doing
where
what,
the issue is.
10 bars a day,
right? Yeah, then you got some issues. You got some.
You got toilet paper budget to worry about more than.
Oh yeah, man.
Happy Festivus to you too, Sean. We're going to be doing our feats of strength shortly after the podcast. Speaking of which, next Saturday, are we all good for podcast for Christmas?
I thought I'm pretty sure you guys were not doing it on. It's Christmas.
And?
I mean, to be fair, it's going to be Boxing Day for me, but that's irrelevant.
And? No, I mean, it's Robbie was saying most people get together on Christmas Eve. We're staying home. We're staying here in Austin for Christmas. We're not going to New Orleans, so I'm game. So 1 o'clock, we'll do church and presents and all that stuff in the morning and, hang out here afterwards. We're not doing anything else, really.
It's gonna be first day of Christmas for me, so I'm game.
Well,
Robbie, what
I
about
mean,
you?
I have to be at the gym in the morning, but I mean, again, it's 2 p.m. Usually everything that is happening around Christmas it's either in the evening, Christmas Eve, or early in the morning on Christmas Day, in the afternoon. I mean, the only one who is actually has to wake up early in the morning Christmas is you.
Me?
No, I mean Shane. Oh, but then again, Shane is
no,
26.
Sunday.
Yeah, it's a
Boxing
day.
Day.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah,
So
but the only day I take off each year is Christmas Day. I work every other day. And since Christmas Day is not actually for me, technically it's Boxing Day, I get 2 days off. I mean,
so for you, it's not the 25th. It's the 26th, right?
yeah, I know, but I don't want to do anything for 2 days.
Well, it's okay. Look, we got Sean.
Well, listen,
Talk
it's
Radio
not
fill in.
it's not like you're doing anything. You're just sitting there and looking pretty with a nice haircut.
You know what?
So come on.
I'll get a cardboard cutout and I'll put it in front of my chair.
We'll
And then
put it this way.
uh,
We'll have an episode next week. Whoever can make it for however long, we'll do it. We'll do it that way.
Yeah, you know.
We'll agree to that. Unless something else comes up and we bail, but we'll.
If it was
we'll
Christmas Day, it would be a definite no. But
Well, yeah.
yeah,
All right.
maybe
Well then.
Boxing Day. I don't know.
I'll fill in for the lordship. Okay, so at worst, we'll have Sean from Sub Talk Radio. At best,
worst.
we'll have Shade and Sean. If Robbie doesn't win Brand of the Year, he has my vote for Sexiest Owner of the Year.
I got both titles already. It's a done deal. But no,
Sexiest owner.
seriously. Well, that's a nice new title. I mean, I've seen a lot of new awards this year that are very questionable. Thank you, Pete. You see, now you're making it very, very difficult for me to insult you. I'll just go insulting Pete.
There we go. I don't see Pete today, therefore I'm going to hijack the threads. Think again, Sean. Get him, Pete. Congratulations, Robbie. You killed it this year from Sandeep.
Thank you, Cindy.
Is Christmas a big to-do for y'all, Shane? Are y'all getting together with relatives?
Yeah.
Do y'all do a big dinner of,
Have to wake
some
up.
air-fried chicken and
Presents. Then we go to a lunch with my family, and then we go to an evening with Nikki's family. So it's back and forth.
it's a relatively close proximity, or are y'all driving like one end of the country to the other?
My family is. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't drive from one end of the country. I know it's a small country, but you can't drive. Okay. It's for me. It's a long drive, but by the sounds of things, it's like
It's like Mordor.
it's like Robic saying that 40 minutes is not far. So
Yeah.
that's how far Nikki's family is, which to me is really far because my mum's only like 6 minutes away.
Yeah.
So 40 minutes is a long time, but you know I have to. So
Yeah. Well, it can be with a little kid in the car if they're constantly talking or something like that, and you just kind of want them to be quiet. It can
she's
be-
good.
Okay. Well,
Put it on YouTube. Be a blast.
Okay, there you go. $5 donation. Thank you, Brooke. Donation towards substitutes for Shane on Christmas. Wait, you're saying
Sean
with your
gets
besties
$5?
does work?
Damn,
Guess so.
that's below minimum wage.
Well, and not in American
man.
dollars for New Zealand. It's fine.
Oh man, who gives a shit? We're not getting any money, and this motherfucker's taking 5.
Thank you very much, Brooke. Thank you. Don't tell Shane, but Nikki bought him a crown, cape, and staff. Scepter. We'll go with scepter. Shane gets a
She wouldn't need to buy me
royal
that.
scepter.
I'd buy myself. She didn't do that anyway. She told me my lordship was full of shit. I was like, dude, the site said it's legally binding, so that must mean it's true.
Hey, speaking of donations, how much money we earned this year?
I would have to
50
go
bucks.
back in the super chats on the back end and dig into the analytics and figure out how that is.
Well, it's been every week. It's $5. You've paid off the sheets by now.
Can you check this? Can you check this info?
Yeah,
So we
I
can
can send
like-
it to you afterwards. Yeah.
Lucas wants his
No,
McDonald's.
I don't need this money, because I just want to use this money, let's say, for maybe for the contest or something, some kind of like a giveaway or something.
I think he wants to know if he has enough to make another road.
Yeah, let's
doing the first one.
Let's pay Robbie for like a product or something if he can give it like a person.
Oh, by the way, Robert, did you send me the addresses from last week?
They're in my inbox. They should have been sent out.
Okay, I'll double check.
Hopefully so. If not, let me know. I'll resend them.
Okay.
They have been known to get lost in the interwebs before.
Or you can transfer all the money to me, and I can buy some vodka and send it to Brooke.
Yeah, if you send it to Lukasz, he's not only gonna bypass the porn shop, he's actually gonna stop there.
I mean, the good thing about a pawn shop, though, is nothing's usually expensive. I mean, there are some behind the glass door items, but
Bro,
you can buy a good amount of stuff.
Tomorrow I'm going.
There we go.
There's two as well, isn't there? You said two, so you could just go to the first one.
Yeah,
and just be like, the pawn shop down the road told me they'd sell me this giant dildo for like half the price. I think you need to cut me a deal. You can bargain between the two.
Pennies pump.
Yeah. Wouldn't it get you, let's say, a lot of zloty, isn't it? If I remember correctly.
Zloty, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Polish zloty.
I still have some, I told you, but I don't have any notes.
Keep it.
Coins.
Keep it.
I'm not going to carry all that shit all the way over there.
Soon it will be higher than euros or like.
Oh yeah, that's right. I thought, are you guys moving to euros or no?
Fuck no, the inflation is real, bro. Hell no.
Yeah.
We are not changing anything. We're just going to worse now. Soon the entire Europe is gonna hate us. They already are.
That was the benefit of your McDonald's. That was one of the key factors of the Polish McDonald's, was the value of it. It was cost effective for what you got. If you take that away,
bro, you know what?
Every
time when I'm walking past and I'm passing through the McDonald's, I'm always slapping my ass off when I see the sign, because I'm like, oh, Shane would love this place.
Oh, dude, it's an institution. It's the best.
I remember when they were building it, and they were like, putting the sign and so on. So it was the first McDonald's in Poland that was in new colors.
Oh yeah.
In green and the brown colorway, because normally it's in yellow, right?
Yeah, yellow and red.
Yeah, and
there's a McDonald's sign in green.
The yellow arches.
Yeah, it's more recent.
Yeah, they did
things get a little bit different outside of Freedom Country.
Weird.
Yeah, man.
The fuck.
US is fucked. You're old school.
People don't put mustard on their fucking sandwiches.
Yeah, man.
Or at least use it as a base layer.
I gotta look this up now. McDonald's green. What the fuck? McDonald's going green to promote a more eco-friendly image in Europe. Oh, fuck off.
Look, man.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm not going to McDonald's for eco-friendly.
And the first one they built in Cuba.
Look at that.
Fuck off. All right. Whatever. Brooke, still waiting on that Patreon. Flipping YouTube taxing things. Yeah. So, have y'all ever looked around in a Patreon or familiar with it or anything like that?
I have, yeah.
You have, Shane?
I was going to put it on my site.
Yeah, that's what. So, you know how they have different tiers of membership?
Yeah.
I can't figure out what to call them for it, but I was thinking something like half scoop.
That's the only thing you've been hung up on?
Well, then I got to figure out like what bonus features to offer people.
It's a database set. You can change them anyway. So just go gold, silver, bronze, and then just if you want to change to something stupid like mustard, tomato, and aioli, change it later.
I want to do something kind of clever. So I'm thinking like half scoop, full scoop, heaping scoop, or 2 scoop, or something like that. I don't know.
Double scoop, that bitch.
Yeah, see, double scoop will be like the platinum membership.
Just call them Sean, Pete, and Shrita.
Yeah, I would do that.
And then you can decide who's the higher.
And the platinum will be Brook.
Yeah, platinum is Brook. That's just you're at Brook status. If you're platinum
Didn't they do that for CrossFit? They named the workouts after
people.
soldiers or something. I can't remember what it is. They have workouts named after people. Yeah, there you
There we
go.
go.
You'd be like, I'm part of Sridhar's program. I'm looking to upgrade to Brook later in the year, but budget's a bit tight.
Oh goodness.
But it's like they pay for extra service. How does it work?
Don't be insulted, Sean. It's Robert was going to decide where you land. Okay, I was just suggesting it.
It is open, so I mean, if anybody's willing to donate, like $1,800, that certifies their platinum membership right there. That's fine.
Or their Sridhar membership. We don't know.
God damn! I got a donation from Frieder.
There we go. $5 from Sridhar.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He
Sridhar.
wants that platinum naming.
There we go.
No, because we were going to use it because the system was quite. I thought about doing because a lot of websites now do sort of the paywall, but I didn't want to do a paywall thing.
Yeah, and
I
same
wanted
here.
I wanted to do something where like it would offer some sort of like benefit, like maybe you could save stories or view them early or whatever the hell if you were part of this program. And Patreon was very easy because you could just say, look, if you're part of the Platinum, you can see it 5 minutes early, and I can limit what content people see if they're logged in under what account or whatever. So
Yeah.
Patreon was one of the first ones that came up.
And that's what I want to do. Like, I don't want to have to put any of our podcasts behind a paywall or any of the articles I get up on the Supplement Engineer site. But something like, I'm trying to figure out like what other perks to offer. So maybe like one extra podcast a month, or I offer like, I don't know, one-on-one consults or something for like the Platinum membership.
Video chat one-on-one.
Yeah,
It's a
something
dick
like
pic.
that. No, we're not doing that. It's not an OnlyFans page here. We're not going to that level. I don't want to embarrass the rest of the world with my Polish powers.
You're right. We want people to sign up. We don't want. we don't want to make it run away.
I waived my Uber services for you, Robert.
What?
True, you did, Sean. You did. Okay,
Go
so
the-
Sean
go the
definitely is
opposite-
not the bottom tier because Sean actually was a wonderful Uber driver during my time.
Go the
New
opposite
Jersey.
way and be like, if you don't sign up, I'll send a dick pic. Yeah.
So just
Make him
bully him.
pay to not see it.
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, like the 3 different tiers, and then what other like little extras to do in there and stuff like that, or I don't know. I can figure out something. That's where I get caught up in is I'm not good at marketing myself. Just that's where I get tripped up with it. But the good thing is they don't take a huge cut like YouTube does, so I just need to get off my ass and do it.
Yeah, I was trying to find a way that took no cut, but all the services and systems that were in place obviously took some sort of dig. So I was like,
Patreon's not that bad though, is it? I thought
Yeah,
everything
I
went to
mean-
the. I thought everything went back with Patreon. Or is that a different?
Yeah, but it's like I've used like for advertising. I used to use PayPal, then I switched to Stripe, and like the percentage that I gained was 1.5%. It's small, but
Yeah.
like I'm all about little dollars. So
But when you're raking in the millions like you do with Stacked, I mean, every that 1.5%, man, that's a lot.
well, I
of
mean,
money.
I'm not doing a million, but if you did do a million, 1.5% is like 15 grand, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it
See?
adds up. It adds up a lot. So Patreon, I think, was a little higher than some of the others, but
Okay.
I mean, for what I was doing.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be a Brook status. That's not true. That's not true. I just want more nonsense. I'm a simple being. Well, we are full of nonsense here at the podcast. So, all right, gentlemen.
Maybe you could name them after each of us,
Lukasz, Shane,
then-
Robbie, and Robert.
and then we can just decide the perks ourselves, and then let's see who gets the most.
We could do that. You set the perks and you set the dollar level and what you want the monthly membership to be. We'll see who gets people to sign up for it the best. You're muted, Lucas. We can't hear you.
I would be rich as fuck.
Lucas can do his in zloty. You can sign up for me for whatever the. Mine
Yeah,
will
I
sound
can-
expensive.
It's funny because when I was in college in South Africa, for Valentine's Day, I believe, there was a bunch of guys, like 10 or 12 of us or whatever. we were selected. I don't know like how the selection worked or anything like that. Don't remember that. But we had a female audience, like the entire college, basically auctioning who's going to bet more money is going to take one of us on a date.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually a lot of fun.
Cool. Oh, man. Last call for any other comments, questions, or smart-ass remarks from the peanut gallery that's listening on the live stream. And while we give you some time, this is a quick reminder to subscribe to the Stack 3D podcast, available on all podcast producing platforms, and leave Shane a good review. Just not a better review than the Final Scoop, because we don't want him to beat us in the almighty algorithm that dictates anything and everything to which we are exposed these days.
Can I say one thing?
Of course.
I just want to say that Shane did an amazing job this year.
Wow.
Shane gets brand of the year. Shane is the winner of the Stack 3D brand of the
Maybe
year.
I should just pick me as brand of the year.
I think
Fuck
that would be
everyone.
awesome.
I was gonna pick me.
Although his podcast sucks this year,
Yeah, my podcast sucks. I'm the
There
most
were-
inconsistent person in the world.
there were no episodes, which I'm pissed about. So,
I was gonna do one this week, and then I just said, fuck it.
who
Got it.
cares about Lukasz? So,
Yeah. Oh, I ain't Shrita, sorry.
And Sridhar, yeah. Well,
Sridhar.
Shane, you should upload just a blank episode, say, welcome to this week's Stack 3D podcast, and then just end it there, and just upload that as an episode and see how many people
I'll
go
just
down.
every 20 seconds I'll be like, hold on, just checking my audio. I'm almost ready. Give me a bit.
Please also turn on notifications from Stack. Yes.
Yeah, don't
Please
block
do.
them. Like some pricks, okay?
Lukasz saw me sign up for them.
yes,
I didn't.
yeah.
I saw you block it.
That's because you weren't on the podcast that week.
Yeah. Sounds
Green
like me.
cola. Why not green McDonald's? Because I don't know.
Green
Green
cola
cola
is-
wasn't very good. I can't imagine green McDonald's tasting much better.
The green color is the liquid itself. Is it green color or no?
No.
I mean,
That would be horrible.
I mean, that would be at least something. I mean, color is not green. If it's emphasized as green, I think it would be cool marketing.
Do you remember a couple of years ago they had green and purple ketchup? This was like when I was in high school,
Yeah.
10,
We had
15
that,
years
yeah.
ago.
Well, it was like Black Market did their they did limited pre-workouts. They did limited flavor every month.
Mhm.
And then one time they decided to make it, they wanted to do it so it turned black. So the color of the liquid was black. The powder would be red or green or whatever. And it would still taste like whatever the flavor is, but it would look black. They did it, I think he said he did it like once or twice. And like customers were like they liked the sound of it. But then when they were like drinking it, they were like, I don't know if I like this anymore. Like they just didn't, I remember him telling me, he was like, they just like, it sounds cool,
Yeah.
but it was like making it think they were drinking something that wasn't what it was tasting like, kind of thing. And he just said it was like a disconnect.
Yeah.
Cool as hell, I thought.
Does it
but-
stain your teeth and like your mouth, or does it turn them black or anything like that?
I mean,
That's what
I
I would
had one
wonder.
time. I didn't really notice too much.
Okay.
I just
great.
saw somebody just sent me a notification that Aaron Singerman is facing 15 plus years in prison.
Shit. Shane,
Well-
we have another happy comment for you.
Who's this?
I don't know.
Kiss my nuts.
Tell us
like
more
that.
about yourself, K-Man.
I like he's trying to be different because the go-to is suck my balls. This isn't suck my balls. This is kiss my nuts. It's a lot gentler than suck
So this
my
is
balls.
Tinder, just a little.
Yeah,
There you go.
maybe this is how you warm up to sucking nuts. I don't know.
All right, keep going, Robbie. Sorry, I had to get that in there.
Mhm.
Okay, so where did you see that about Singerman? Is it a news story or something?
It's on YouTube right now, but I was sent a link. It's from bodybuilding and bullshit. I mean, but yeah, 15 plus years. It's a new felony. Yeah, I guess that it's new charges and shit. Probably watch it later. I mean, yeah, these guys are fucked.
Yikes. I wonder what kind of deal they can strike. If I mean, we talked about the other one that they had settled on, but this is new charges that you're saying?
Well, they didn't. I don't think anything is settled. I think that there's just like, don't forget there were so many charges. I don't know how many, but it was a lot. And each charge, I think, was carrying up to 5 years in jail. So you had like 20 or 30 years in there already altogether. You had a lot. And, allegedly, like I didn't see it, but from what I understand, Aaron spilled the beans on a lot of things. And, he got his time a little bit or substantially reduced as a plea deal. And but then he had that accident with a boat where he was drunk, and there was also, there were criminal charges as far as I know, and I'm pretty sure there was damage to some property as well. So I'm pretty sure several charges, they're filed as well, and I think it just adds up to it. So I just don't see, I don't think it's possible to walk away based on what Nick, I think, suggested. Aaron is cooperating fully. Apparently, it's like a legit information. And again, don't quote me on that because I don't know. So this is just based on rumors and information from other sources. But from what I heard, and again, not confirmed, I can't state by it, but that there is a cooperation from Aaron pretty much, not just regarding Blackstone thing, but other things as well. Basically, when you become an informant, it's not that you can only testify on a specific case, but if you know somebody did something wrong somewhere else and you're helping with that, you get your time reduced. To what extent it's reduced, I don't know. I heard anywhere from that he's going to serve anywhere between 3 to 8 years, I believe, something like that. But that was prior to the accident that he had, drinking and driving a boat into something, a house or whatever it was. So there are other charges, and apparently he was pretty drunk. So, I can't see how that helps the case. So the 15 plus years, I think it has to do with that as well.
Gotcha. Here's something I just pulled up AaronSingerman.com. Aaron Singerman. Check this shit out. Born and raised in the good old city of New Orleans, my birthplace. Hot damn. I did not know that.
Yeah, I knew he was from Louisiana.
Damn, I wonder where he went to high school. It's not that there's not that big of a city, and most of the if you parents actually care about your education, they send you to one of a handful of schools.
Robert, how old are you?
I am 36. Born in 85.
I think he's either 5 or 6 years older than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how old he is.
I know he had his 40th birthday party,
Oh, shit.
I think about 2 years ago or something.
He went to Ridgewood Prep. Oh, shit. Okay, so when I was in high school, my first few years of college, we taught martial arts at kid camps in and around the New Orleans metro area. Ridgewood Prep was one of the schools we taught summer camp taekwondo lessons at. Motherfucker. Okay. All right. Ridgewood Prep. Goddamn. Small world. Okay. Fascinating. Shane, just a reminder.
He's posted. Oh no, I thought you posted it twice. I like that. I'm gonna borrow that and start using it whenever I feel the need to say "suck my balls." I'm gonna say, "Can you just kiss my nuts?"
Make an ornament out of it.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
Cristobal, nice seeing you guys. Thanks for showing up, Cristobal. We have fun doing this each and every week. And as it stands right now, we will be doing an episode next week on Christmas. So if you guys are... Go ahead, Shane.
I was just saying, every week. Every week we enjoy doing it.
We do. Each and every week. And we will be here next week on Christmas Day for those of you that are have nothing better to do, but then hang out with us for schmucks. So it's good for us.
Maybe I'll be here. Maybe I won't.
The important ones will be here.
I like
the
doing
Lord
things
may
in
not be able to get
threes.
away.
That's a it's very, very challenging statement when you say the important ones, implying the not important one has a word fucking Lord next to his name. That comes off kind of...
I assume it's sarcasm because they obviously
know
notice that
sarcasm, yeah, because
it is the important one since it's Lord, and mustard smearing Robert up there doesn't have a lord behind his name.
I've got Nikki to back me up on the title, on the weight of the title, Lord. In Shane's instance.
So you're siding with my wife. Oh, big surprise. Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I can trust Nikki though, because she still cuts. She's the one that got you to start cutting the crust off of your bread.
She's not going to agree with it. She hates Crocs. She's going to disagree with your mustard. I mean, you pick one thing and be like, ooh, yeah, I like her opinion.
Wait a second. If you're a fucking lord, then does she get a title?
Nah, she didn't want to get in on it. So
No. Not that she didn't want to, but by being married to you, does she get automatically some sort of a title?
I don't think so.
No?
Because you could pay for two, but she didn't want it. So me and my friend went half. I mean, my gym partner, my gym buddy, he's a lord too.
So when you come here to the States, I introduce you. This is my friend Lord Shane and some woman with him.
I was going to update my passport and put it on there, and then Nikki made the point. She's like, what if they don't accept it? And I was like, I mean, it said it's legally binding, so... But I'm not going to, because just in the off chance that it doesn't work.
Yeah. Fascinating. Who is watching UFC today, guys?
Is that the Derek Lewis fight? Is that him today?
I think so. I actually think that it is. How did you like Amanda Nunes last week?
God damn, man! The one I didn't watch last week, and the one time I didn't watch, I forgot to bet, and I'm glad I didn't because I would have picked Nunes.
And it's funny because I said that her cardio is very, very suspect, and I said the same thing about Poirier fight, where I said, a lot of people betting on him, but I only bet on him if it goes to the later rounds.
I was gonna bet on him as well, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because
all the
guys that I would have bet on lost.
He's just Oliveira is just too good. I mean, and he completely exposed him.
What time does it start? 7 o'clock?
Typically, what does it say?
It doesn't. It just says today.
I'll tell you right now. I mean, usually I have it.
It's late evening.
Yeah, it's usually around 7 o'clock my time, I thought. Or is those like when the main card starts? Or prelims start at 6?
Actually, it started...
prelims now.
No. Hold on a second. Is it prelims that started? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the main card starts at 7 p.m. So for you, Robert, it starts at 6.
Okay, yeah, 6. Yeah, there we go.
It's actually a fucking solid card. You have Stephen Thompson on it as well. It's a good card. And you have Cobb Swanson the first fight. He's pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's a solid card. Worth checking out.
Is there a reason why the main events are 5 rounds and they don't just make everything 5 rounds? I understand time it would take longer, but
it was at first it was a title fight that is 5 rounds only, and then they decided to do any main event as a 5 round, which I'm not even sure why. Yeah. But I mean, I guess it's a little bit more entertaining or whatever. But yeah, it's 5 rounds for any main event, even if it's not a title fight. Back in the days of Pride, that was a real test. Pride fights were first round was 10 minutes.
Shit.
That's long.
That's long. First round 10 minutes, and then 2 rounds of 5 minutes. I mean, if you can fight for 10 minutes, that's insane. I mean, that's a real test of cardio. I mean, Amanda Nunes would probably be toast in a matter of a couple of minutes if that was the case.
Yeah.
She lost by a knockout or by points?
She quit.
Yeah.
She pretty much quit. I mean, it was a choke. Yeah, it was a choke, but it wasn't like a very deep choke. But she was completely exhausted. She was very tired. And, I mean, it wasn't a deep choke or anything, but she pretty much quit.
Well, my brother's watching. My brother's going to watch tonight. He's pulling for Thompson.
I love Thompson. I think he's an amazing fighter. His style is just astonishing. It's actually cool to see how many good fighters are out of New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah, apparently.
that guy, what's his name, Kai France something, that
Kai France.
yeah, that beat Garbrandt. I wasn't like very much like I didn't follow him much, but he was simply outstanding, amazing.
I would have been
fighter.
against him, to be honest.
You know what? I didn't know who he was, so I was like leaning a little bit towards Cody. But considering Cody's chin is a mess, I mean, the last couple of fights he was getting knocked out pretty easily. So I wasn't surprised that he lost. But that kid impressed me. I mean, it seems like New Zealand always had considering how small the country is, but they always had great fighters, always. I mean, Mark Hunt is still one of my all-time favorites.
They
There's the other guy.
They got nothing better to do, so
Yeah. We got no places we can drive to. 40 minutes and we're at the edge of the ocean.
you know how it goes. Lockdown is like
Yeah.
365 days per year. So
Shane,
We had doing lockdowns long before that happened.
Shane, is Robert Whittaker Australian or New Zealand?
He's Australian.
He's
but
Australian.
The other guy that tour, whatever his name was.
Taitu
I thought he was a New Zealander because
Me too.
I'm assuming he's from like one of the islands, and usually they go
Yeah.
Australia and New Zealand. But I heard his accent, and I was like, oh no, he's Australian.
Oh, he's Australian?
He is.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was born there or he was like moved there, but yeah. We usually, if there's like a name, like an island name, like I always be like, oh, he could be a New Zealander.
Amazing fighter. A lot of fun to watch.
Well, he's a beast. It's like Mark Hunt.
Yeah.
They're just big sons of bitches.
Yeah, he's big, but you know what? The funny thing is that considering their size and how they look, I mean, they can move. He's pretty fast.
Ferreira versus Gamrot.
Yeah, he was born in Australia. I was just checking.
Thanks for tuning in, Phil. I know you've got a full house of kids and whatnot going on, and in-laws visiting this weekend, so thank you for chiming in. Simon says Ferrara versus Gamrot.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
All right, gents. Another episode's in the books. Any closing thoughts before we put a bow out and set this on Santa's sleigh for the weekend?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone.
you got tons of awesome releases on Apollon Nutrition site, so make sure to use that fat discount. Mofos, and Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho from Poland.
There we go, the motherland. Thank you all for joining us. You got any other comments, questions for a future episode, feel free to shoot me an email to supplementengineer@gmail.com. Leave a comment down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the podcast with family, friends, and loved ones, and leave us a 5-star rating. After you leave Shane a review for the Stack 3D podcast as well on all podcast cruising platforms. That helps both of us climb up in the almighty algorithm. That dictates anything and everything to which we all are exposed. And a Merry Christmas to all of you from Sandeep. We'll see you all next time on the Final Scoop.
Take care, guys.
Merry, merry.